friends, Sarah here with the Holy Mess and Faithful Finish Lines. I have lost 100 pounds and have been maintaining it for the last 15 years, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about why organization is way more important than willpower for weight loss. So lots of times women come into our Facebook groups or write to me from their from my website, and they'll say like, well, I just can't lose weight because I just don't have the willpower. I need more willpower. And I don't necessarily agree that you need tons and tons of willpower to lose weight. I think that organization actually far surpasses willpower. Now, I don't want to make it seem like you don't need any willpower to lose weight, because you do, and I'm going to explain why in a minute, but not nearly as much as maybe you think. So for me, organization has been critical to losing weight and keeping it off. And the longer I've been maintaining, the more I have found that it helps me so much to be organized. So as I'm recording this video, it's almost 7 o'clock. I think that's what time it is, 7 o'clock on Saturday night. And I had dinner, and my family and I were watching TV. And after I had dinner, and while we were watching TV, I used my Weight Watchers app, and I planned out what I'm going to eat tomorrow. So I know everything that I'm going to eat tomorrow. I know I have the foods available because I already planned it. I planned some treats in there, and I'm ready to go. So as I go through my day tomorrow, my goal is to follow my plan. Now, do I always follow it perfectly? No, I don't always follow it perfectly, but usually, almost all the time, I follow it pretty close. So am I going to need some willpower? Yes, I'm going to need some willpower, because there might be times that things come up that weren't in my plan. Today, my husband brought home fresh, like the bakery style chocolate chip cookies that weren't in my plan. I didn't know I was going to come across them. So did I need some willpower? Yes. And actually, even more than willpower, I tend to think of it as the fruit of the Spirit of self-control, that's something that God has developed in me and I'm continuing to work on, and those are gifts of the Holy Spirit, not me working, but Him working in me. But did I need some of that in the moment? Yes, I did. But at least it was just that one short incident. If you don't plan ahead for the next day, you're going to have willpower the whole ding-dong day. You get up and, depending on what your day looks like, do I have this for breakfast, or do I have this? Should I have this healthy breakfast? Or, oh, this cereal looks really good. Maybe I'll have that. Or if you go into a work situation and there's donuts, should I have the donuts or shouldn't I? And then it's the drive-through, and should I get the big Starbucks Frappuccino or shouldn't I? It's constant decisions that constantly require willpower, which is exhausting. And your willpower is like a muscle, and eventually it fatigues. So the more you try to use it, the tougher it's going to be at the end of a long day. You're going to feel like I'm worn out from all of this, and you're going to make decisions that aren't so great. So that's why planning ahead is really helpful. Same goes with exercise or any other habits that you know are important to your weight loss. The more you plan ahead, the better off you'll be. And I know there are people who tell me, like, I don't want to plan what I'm going to eat the next day, the night before. I don't know, like, what I'm going to want or what sounds good. And I hear that. But what I would say is, do you want to get to your goal weight? And is what you're doing now working? I mean, if what you're doing now is working, then that's great. But if you're really struggling, this is really a small price to pay to plan ahead the day before. And you don't have to follow it perfectly. Like I said, sometimes I switch things around and move them up. But the more I follow my plan, the more successful I am. And I actually just find it really enjoyable. It only takes me a few minutes, and I'm ready to go for the next day. And like I said, do I sometimes have to use willpower? Yes, but it's actually a relatively small amount compared to if I'm going through the day constantly having to make decisions about what I'm going to eat. Okay, so I would love to hear from you. Do you feel like you have to use lots of willpower in order to lose weight or stay at your goal weight? Or are you able to organize and plan ahead, and does that help you? I would love to hear about it in the comments. I'm Sarah with the Holy Mess and Faithful Finish Lines. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.